Yema obibiara aha enfambra area ber ebusia kase akan kase abo wo big family radio kasa free yezefiyen main studio doblo gono upper class school junction ewo enansami yezife yezo somo ende area bri kase gbebe yodawa ejumaku bi adaroma en wo bo mechi dom ende medin sama wudui mazerba abosomo wo asadan kom madim herbal Williams Pub, Afe, MB Cakes and Pastries, Root Fashion and Deco, and Trustees Network Group, and BFM Institute, and when now will make them and there and not pay. I want to AA construction works, will make them if I bring my medical boy, Madi Eba Abadan War, and some of the Odimo Akoton Ebi on your day. Oye Indian wane Prime Minister ono akasa woman Ghana mbreshe ebejumufie odun sama hudu bi atugwa ebusia mezeninchemo mazeba abadanwo wo nsemaron so oswafo ahwe kanena nkosho man Ghana yene sukuru nsamodo no so akasem bi afa Prime Minister nsem bi okan ehom Ghana man panyin yewura Yohani Dramani Mahama Odi tumi ashe atemboafo beye eson bi wonansa ebusia nonso yede badan wakase boyimo ende da Ghana okwanfo ba agrada watcher ni awa what's uncle the fisher purple idu enemy Jiri koko asofo no ebinim abakasa afo ensam no ebinim kenwo na ya apoapoa na mazabo somote Ewiaber ebusia kase akan kase yebo kasa efrido okin Kenya morsomo ende wiabiri izeniye eijata kwabana dodona from major atakoko school time was porcupine Embreka kreni ena Ghana man pahin yera Yohani Dramani Mahama Opa oye atemboafo beye esan odun oni din ekwadane Ghana oye abedwoko toto impinfo ano ewo man Ghana be sebedwo mu fie dem won som na wototo de me enkrofi wonano na sototo wonano wogi wonu tuma wa baba ya atemboafo impinfo ewo oman Ghana da me atemboafo ye kan wonsami eye Justice Dennis Dominic Ajay Justice Geber Osimon Subira Justice Senyo Jemefe Justice Kweku Tewia Akabuafo, Justice Philip Bright Mason, Justice Jana Perry, Battles Kodu, and Afe Justice Hafisata Ameli Boba, and one knee and away at him Wafabudua or man paying Mahama. Obo won't in the one corner to one on what you need to obey at him from paying the form. And the da and a gun of man paying you, Yohani Dramani Mahama. On name paying for Etna sa was shay, what it to me as one answer and obey at him from paying the four, ever on man Ghana, a one on man paying Mahama Cassano, and order to go to them. To me, that's one instant print by at him from paying for man Ghana. Hey, one shadow with the mushroom at the Apua or man Ghana, Nemo. Memo yende iyo emunya muafase na wonfanye djuma kra edema omboa
Institution, you are called not merely to interpret the law but to embody its highest ideals, which are fairness, impartiality, integrity and courage. You are expected to serve not as arbiters of technicalities but as stewards of justice and conscience. Yours is not only a legal role, but a moral responsibility to safeguard our Constitution's spirit and interpret it in ways that advance the common good and protect the most vulnerable in our society.
He also expressed
Ebusia enti oman pehin Mahama ena ete nenkano yembonwura ensam fufurumwe na yekonsam fufuruma oye Indian for one Prime Minister na webepemu ewo oman Ghana aroba instruction na Prime Minister edin eye Modi Narendi ono eno webepemu oman Ghana ha na webepemu oman Ghana no no kopemu yene mbehye bedwomufi no kasa ochem dem Ghana yene kama kebi amembu no odimu na obohwe so de Ghana India man no mesma Ghana yene kama kebi amembu no mesma okunenyim no obohwe me India man no so no etuma konim de mara no akasa ochem dem odinche kasepa efi Indian for enipa bobol ba ye billion no ekure chipo anana 1.4 billion Indians and what they in Cheni for what them no on my Ghana. August for my Ghana be the mufie no and also to go chemu them. Ghana democracy no yes any dignity and after resilience ahoto na de yebesan agent na biom na obohwe na wa madami nkrowe bi ni Ghana na Indian with me dem anyankofo no aboye pa na owie no na owie no sanso kasa biom na oruchemu de Ghana ne kamembe amembu no de yedinini papa na kasa no nenwa age ho
to idle faith has been housed today. It is a privilege to be in Ghana, a land that radiates the spirit of democracy, dignity, and resilience. As a representative of the world's largest democracy, I bring with me the goodwill and greetings of 1.4 billion Indians. Ghana is known as the land of gold, not just for what lies under your soil, but as much for the warmth and strength in your heart. When we look at Ghana, we see a nation that shines with courage, that rises above history, that meets every challenge with dignity and grace. Your commitment to democratic ideals
na nechuno ena owura Narendra Modi osanso kopemu ewa Kwame Nkrumah asonye na nina ye nisuadun na Ghana man panyin dada we ni bebi ko oye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne nisuadun no bi ena ogina no kasa na ochem dem ohwe anyankofa ehu ensensama hutowa ohwa nature de ose ehwema oma emudur ada India na Ghana ntem no ne mushamukina na okasa no oka nseme Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ekan na ochem dem Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ka aseme fa nkabom F na afen so kasa fa Ghana ye ne kame amembu no mesma ne mu eyedur efa na owura mu disanso kasa biem na ochem dem ye hwe ye ne kame amembu na ye wo bibia ye baka na significance emma oye ye ne democracy no otum odimu ye osanso chem na o Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne nisuadehu na odeba Ghana no wa abo ye pa na owie na ochem dem ye ne kame amembu no odimu osunso ejena ye na owie na ochem dem say ye be ya no bye ye be da bobo nkabom ni ina no oboa ema Ghana kama me kebia membu no otum ofa ne tampapa ofra.
Last evening was a deeply moving experience. Receiving your national award from my dear friend President Mahama is an honor. I will always cherish that. इस सम्मान के लिए मैं 140 करोड़ भारतीयों की तरफ से घाना के लोगों का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं.
Na nechi kra obo wie no enodu tugwa echimude ye hwe kama minke bia membu na onye tibia bi onye da oye bibi mpo keke anada ade bi keke Nemum obwa ema impono India mine hone amamre na manne no mu etum edo ekwachi beye mfe apem na nechi kra enti owe no na ochem dem ehwe Indian for diverse political landscape ema nipa beye nipa political parties beye apem ebien ahenum na afen so nyama nketenti bi na wose wona ka sense no beye beye edwenu ebien 22 22 language and thousands of dialects or Indian man.
The mother of democracy. हमारे लिए लोकतंत्र एक सिस्टम नहीं बल्कि संस्कार है। हजारों वर्षों से लोकतंत्र ने भारतीय समाज को निरंतर गति दी है। For us, democracy is not merely a system. It is a part of our fundamental values.
Abusia yen freedom ensem na oye kanin oswafo shoman Ghana yene sika ho ensamdo osanso eye emrehye bedwominyi zemadesha wo bosomtwe abatom peshedo asante mantomu onimianfo ye osai edutwim nonso akasa afa Indian Prime Minister oye Narendra Modi neba obopemu ewo oman Ghana na nsama papa no ken no so abakire na adweno ho no okasa no chem dem abra oye Indian Prime Minister no Narendra Modi okasa no odutugo echemu dem India yame ya aduma afi apime bien na edwanan esone mu no obohye na wetuma ko nimpo achanda mokra na ono kra na asha washa no kran na abaka sebem na ochem de se yehwe oye India mamu na se yepe ikrowa wone economy no num otra ebe pa na chede Indian wotodo anan empon wo bom mazenda wo abotodo ebeye ebasa ewo ewiase afa na nyinara endo se yehwe Indian fo no bas no bona za wa aba no hu be yin da Ghana so bohye yetumi aye ho ekudam pampan so otedam na broadcast na ochem dem aye Indian Institute of Technology ono ye kan ewiase afa na nyina esuapona ebende wodi infiri didwuma wode che adam Indian de entumi won enfimu da oyada wonom wobom mo ebom se enti abofro bi ewo India menum na wentuma anko school ewo Indian Institute of Technology anapo de MIT oyada wotum obisa won nsem bi na onamdoma yewura edutwum bisa no de aso Ghana yetumi edu papanso bi oto de manam and ebotumi abo modern afi eye afi apime bi na edunu esonu mu anapo de fitimbre oman Ghana ye de ne fa wodi ba pem de mabrenom oyada ebotum yedu papanso bi oto de manam.
You are listening to Big Family Radio. Big Family Radio. Obiase eye. You are listening to Big Family Radio. Big Family Radio. Obiase eye.
Ebusia yentua ensam no do na yenkwansamfo ye beso de feche yen obandama infiri na edidi dwuma enti obandama na edi achen kakra yentua do anaso yembo mazen da yebohwe de yeben yewura doctor ye osai edutwum nende no na yasen abo amo na ete infiri na edidi dwuma ewa enti yenti ensam a yewura doctor ye osai edutwum okene bi.
Father, they have 2,500 political parties. First, we are the largest democracy. But I heard the president say something that was very profound, that by 2047, India will be a developed nation. 100 years after independence. We were independent in 1957, and I hope we can say by 2057, we'll be a developed nation. I was inspired by his speech, but also challenged by his speech. India is moving fast. They are eliminating poverty. In 2047, they will be a developed nation. The fourth largest economy now, and he said, and they are moving to become the third largest. India's upward mobility should serve as an inspiration to us, but are we moving in that direction? So as we look at their upward mobility and the growth that we are witnessing, look at the education system, and Indian Institute of Technologies are the best in the world. When students don't get admission to IITs, they may go to MIT. That tells you what India is doing. Through education, they are changing their fortunes. So I wanted to just let you know that I feel very inspired. I also feel very challenged. That if they say 2047, 100 years after independence, can we say 2057? Are we laying the solid foundation through education, through STEM education to change the fortunes of our nation? I'm sure most of you have heard that when the right time comes, I'll pick up information from the flag bearership of my party. Today, the Indian inspiration serves as the example of what we can do with bold vision and a bold agenda. Thank you. Talk about the father.
NTA yewra Dr. Yo Ose Edutrim Kaneno Swafa Osho Oman Ghana yene school one some ana yene umesuen some dosanso mreshe bedwemini de madeshe wo Bosumche abatum peshado wo asante mantomu ono ena eti nenkano yetwa ensam nodo Adisha wo Cape Coast Metropolis wo infinity mantomu watu wade amona wona day say oye nhye abanza abade memende bia no yebesesi ekrom memende bia ozi kan ewo busum bia no yebesesi ekrom no obi amfa no nhye mu bi na de menkre wato ya wade ma adisha wo Cape Coast Metropolis ena enkankan ashankafo a wo de mpehwedo wo nyame yadom ochena July busom ne dotodo enum ena dwumedi rehase ewo ho na abra oye onimnyamfo George Justice Arthur ono eye amrado edema Cape Coast mpehwedo wo na odin krade mo no se eyo shenkeni afon wugimi bi the main clean up exercise that wo be say senkrom wo emeho ato wan no fon hyen bi anfon wan hyen mu bia wo hyen wo be seize wo bagye wo car na efu nsem papa entinu wo be hia ye dede wo be hyen mu bi na wo aboa na wo yina wo sisi krom mo me krom ho ato wan
o man pay na lo share research na say dede mbra wozini sido do o man pay baby bebre no man pay wa research one of the things are Metropolitan Assembly yeba yabe shemke na onye o man pay ni National Sanitation Day na ozabo azu mimi ndi olibe oye 5th July 2025 oye igwe mensin Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly amedano yebeye sanitation day chipa yebe clean yebomba igwe wa ye clean dem omize simenyu odo there. We want Cape Coast to be the cleanest city in Ghana. Damina yezen start Cape Coast yebe clean ha from 6 and upon no siazike pim and upon on to Calibia unto Ubia lunko bibia yen yina yes yen wo beshim the yerfre in your nom adofa wo gwe means ni ha na ya hwe ne yina yes yen wa shim na meminda ya bugwai ni ma so wa faneta papa ifa sanitation ni here pa the yebe oya so a yen ndara ye ya twetwedo na Cape Coast afaneta papa ifa
na nechi kura no oye owura Justice Arthur osanso okasa biem eno order to go hm dem demolition exercise nature de obubu adan ahodo bi ewo igwai na nonkwado eden bia osi bebia oma nsu entum onko eden bia wa kyera ne tibia na ne yebio no uhun de eden obaje gon wankasa no wo hyase webubu negu ansa na wakafa oyene anade ohokase bi odi abrawan na onagase ho no chem de wasma ne edwuma ekufu ebinim de wonkopo emu ewo mbie bebre bebi owokrapo na eden no hyadan ye nsuwe renovation ebo wi asne dan na tumi bubu egu nimpa do ntin na no wo hwe na obu ni na nka for how emba
oye eden ndugu no demolition exercise na ye in fact ye nje ochina usende igwe na bokosam no eden bebre wa ha where is 200 years is 120 150 na say ya hwe ne ye ato ye nchembese na ato ye bio nti yezesi yenyodo ye ya zebien ekoye ye bo hwede jana owa hozen kakra no ye bo boa madameda no wetum we gina oni restoration no ye hwede obegina na ya aboa we gina ye siesi dameda no se na den bi wo abokosam ibizu wo a ye no hwon ye highly dilapidated nti se yan hwe ne yembu na engu foma o ze oye de baba ye te regional minister okay o se den biara watitu apensem wo gwe a obese as no mayor I give you the authority there is a phone so we are going to pull them down nde de yeye bi nda so ye tuedo yele ye demolition exercise nti yegudo
yen free Cape Coast na yen ko oye infifunu mantem ware biem na yewo na embrehye bedwemeni de madehye wo efutu abatompehyedo yeru Alexander Afanyo Markin ono enwekopem man Ghana embrehye bedwemu fi oyedom kuma no hwane embada no nyim na wakasa afa abatu komisan ne gyaye we side opede woto ababiem ewo Ablekuma North abatompehyedo oye police stations ahodo edunkunomom na deme abatu nyame yadma July bosom na da otodo edu baako ene deme abatu no obabado ewo deme police stations ahodo edunkunomom na yeru Alexander Afanyo Markin okasa no do tugo no ruchemu de se yehye oye nhye ya na de gina ya abatu komisan yesina na chede ne nwianhye da enye ho ose okepa de deme nsamsam be yi abawoto nsa frem yeru Dr. Bosman Asari oni oseteni abeze chide ma abatu komisan obabopem manga na behye bodwomu finum wo bisane de ibanaz de wope ansa wetu we declare the result no yeru Dr. Bosman Asari yina ano dem the wanya ye bambo na afedi obana dan ena wonka bi nhyemonye bi mfimu wonfa bi nka ho wonto bi mpaten ya wobaya wosode ya wosi wobesen ato ababiem ewa Ablekuma North enti eyi onte wase emadonsami ekada ne omanga na embrehye bedwomu fie.
Mr. Speaker, I have a couple of issues that I would put across for the leader of government business to take up. And I believe that these are national issues that will help the governance of our country. Mr. Speaker, issue number one has already been raised by our colleague Dr. Kabiru of Wale Wale constituency. Mr. Speaker, yesterday we woke up to a surprise announcement by the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission announced to the nation that there is going to be some elections on the 11th of July. And today they put out some polling stations that, according to them, these are the polling stations that the elections will take place. I want to tell the Electoral Commission that they are dealing with issues of their own integrity. Because when the mandamus order was granted by the court, and they were in the process of finalizing the collation, and there were disturbances, they themselves issued a statement, a public statement, and addressed the press, telling the people of Ghana that indeed they have only 3 polling stations left to finalize the collation process to enable them to declare. Mr. Speaker, not long after that, they themselves wrote to the Ghana Police Service requesting for police protection. A member of this house filed an urgent question, which question compelled the EC to come here. A lot of supplementary questions were asked. The deputy chair, Dr. Bosman, sitting in for his boss, told us that all they need is security to enable them finish the 3 polling stations.
Ebusia na onechu no yewura Alexander Afenyo Markin Osanso kasepiem nozo to go no chem dem se yehwe mbehye begemufu binuma watatwa in the maybe wa anka hu ye robabo nanso abatuko misan ofa kwan bi da oye tally cards and original do or declare one the maran so and yehwe yewura Mike Eronokwe Junior ono no ogina mo de men pipi amayoku no odrome kwa benya abatum pechada no so ato abewe ntawanta obi na nsam bisi ya papai wentuma anka yehwe nemom zoide inde oye protest oye chem when ko pemu abatuko misanation ya one for honor titi biada amfa ankom now so na we enwa edema won into abanadan and we back on the me and adwum nsam akire wan.
Ask a question. What has changed? Mr. Speaker, we should be careful as a democracy how we are managing this democracy. Mr. Speaker, today we have a member in this chamber from Domikwa Benya because when it was left with some few polling stations, EC relied on tally cards. Then Michael Kwe Jr. on the Onyenipa, Onyagani. Michael Kwe Jr. protested, but he did not protest with violence. He did not carry his constituents to the EC Collection Center. He expressed his disagreement in a civil way. Today, we have our colleague Akurugu in with us because EC used tally cards to complete the collation process. And when it is clear that the EC was on course to complete this process, we are being told today that there's going to be rerun of some constituencies. It is unfair, it is unjust. Is it the case, and I don't want to believe that that is the case, that the recent public comment by some senior politicians is what is compelling EC perhaps to secure their job?
Yetwa and some no do yeda won man Ghana embrehye bedwomufie Edom kesen won number da no nyi yewura oye Mahama Ayariga ono so za akoto gwa echem dem ensemfo beye eduenum enum ena wode emman oman Ghana aswafo ni mpanyimfo binum wo ba man Ghana embrehye bedwomufie wo beyi ano na emu edu ebie ne de oye shoulder pa da wo ba beyi ano na emu eduenan e ba san so de wo ye ensem bia ebeka no oral questions odo wo ba beyi ano dam aswafo ye kan ho asemi ekoro eye trade agric business and industry swafo hwene efisamon samdom swafo hwene akwantu samdom swafo hwene akwan na kwantempon samdom swafo hwene enwuma adansi na hene insu samdom en amrado edemo man Ghana ni skakwa bia bata mecha Bank of Ghana oswafo hwene edziban ekwa samdom aswafo hwene abanlo ye penyin ena afenso ohwene atantene won samdo oswafo hwene bambo won sam swafo hwene apomuze won sam ena oswafo hwene inkro nkumankuma no mpuntu na hinsi ena som ahodo won ensamdo enwone ne aswafo baba man Ghana mbehye bodwomu fie na webeyi insam bi ano na yewura yerga kasen ochem de aswafi wobotum ejina aban no policy order oye 912 ena afenso oye ebinum so to majina Ghana enye state order no do oye 93 and order to go to the oye bill no won crack ten on reports awodo no no we go to man Ghana be shebo mu fie na wogina oye order 15 and 9 and order 160 and wogina do and afenso order 97 and wogina do na waye no owie no okase bi amado to go chem dem oye business committee another abejuku a wo hwe the medwumeze no won samdo no wo bokwa asetena nyame ya adom adwade bia na memende biara wo hyase nyame ya adom July bosom na da otodo esan wo afi apeme bie na edunu enum na wo de dwumedi na ahyehye do na owie no chem de medwumedi no so wo de hyeye gwa akwam na wo hwe de wobeyi ewo national television do oye Ghana Parliament TV a wobeyi no ho na adwumedin yara akodo
12 July 2025. We accordingly present our report. Right Honourable Speaker, may read any available communications to the House during the week. We have 55 questions. 12 of them are urgent questions, and then 43 are oral questions. And the ministers who will be answering those questions include the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Minister for the Interior, the Minister for Transport, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Attorney General and Minister for Justice, the Minister for Defense, the Minister for Health, the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Statements pursuant to Order 91-2 by Ministers of State may be permitted. Statements on government policy and also statements by honorable members in accordance with Order 93 may also be made. Bills, papers, and reports may be presented pursuant to Orders 159 and then 160, and pursuant to Order 97, papers may be laid during the week, and reports from committees may also be presented to the House for consideration. Right Honourable Speaker, motions may be debated and there are consequential resolutions, if any, taken during the week. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee brings to the notice of honourable members that in the coming weeks, the House will sit on Mondays and Saturdays, commencing Monday, 7 July 2025. This will allow for the maturity of some legislative instruments before the House adjourns sine die. Right Honourable Speaker, Business Committee also is announcing to the House that we have begun test transmission of proceedings of this House live on national television on a channel that is known as Ghana Parliament TV. It is the first stage. Subsequently, Business Committee is making arrangements to also ensure that the sittings of committees are also broadcast live on the same channel. And
ebusia yetwa ewiabe ebusia kase akan kase bo noto na oye osofoba na agrada eneda wante asampapa ewo nankasa ne akachini nine de enza mebi kodo emokopemu asemdibia koto wa hyene de onkonkadam infisia pol edu enum na onsum omani enka na de mensemu namdo emma pe osofopon out that true faith church ewo kotai zona wo Asante Mantema Honjo Daban, California, Junction, Ewo in Shayeso, Abatum Peshatronom. Prophet Shadrach Edu Akasan Ochem dem. Nana grada Nindemo Okadema was on Kademi Fisher Popol Edu Enum Nede. Jajano Etum Enya Kukudru Wessigna Yepa Nanso, so Kanaguti Paza, and Kawamon Kodemo in Fisher Popol Edresa Enum, 35 years. No one done Nana Agrada at it and Papa, wow, Papa, one man day Yerkin, a bin Mukram. Way na soro bani binum no wabobo adam on na me nine den na agrada etum edinewu na American oye evangelist prophetess Dr. Mrs. Patricia Esiama na rabo no mrane de Jesus wa and they okodem fisher popol edu enuma so for is on de onaja je na nya adweno yanka omon kodem fisher popol eduasa enum 35 years
agrada ye nipa bia asase we so no wa frodo nipa papa wa bu nipa ne wakra watra ho ache wasofo so dak na meka so difo so dak na meka watra ho ache ade na oman panifo yeso so ne ma bi sisa hwekwa wafa so bu nipa sika gale yakura bi afiri akọ kuma akọ ne nche ho wo bu se kojo to e ma akra ba abodam gbe na me bodam ni oba na se de opa no wanya no je ope no na won sa aka no because of mope sika ententem eti kwa fa so bu amanfo agye amanfo sika edia ye na ono nkwa asadi se me wo sika me yesei no wo se di asofo panifo atem ese twabo nipa atitirufo twabo wo mo no o deserve se de tum ya na edu ba bia ho asofo fole me ka dokore enchire ho ye ho se me se me gyo se me ye bone anu aka ani kwa se yesi wo ye evangelist obi akonfo na nsi akonfo ko sakra ya wo so ba be ye ayi say evangelist bay evangelist yesi say ni evangelist say ni sakra hwe na wo asuafo no na wo mu di Yesu Kristo achi say emfirihia say na na nso ya asa akwa evangelist wasa de abia bomu se wo hye nkom te so ye mamba part agrada no kra se wasa gi evangelist for ayi agrada sa to ho so eti atemu na bu ye no me no mu ya adwen
15 years
eye 50 years no eye obi asu besu esuahe obi ad be esuahe so oba na bu ate no oba no so ye sa de eye pa yemfa nche ne sesei yemfa nche ne sesei ayemfa nche ne sesei be dia wa ye yemfa nche ne sesei na ese nipa di bone wa asase we so a etwase ye de che no ana yemfa nche ne sesei atemu na che achekura eze ko omude ma na da no matter ho ama enema bia ye nwonwara because ye road super pa hwe kwa okfa so kra ye ayi say sami jamfi ko fa so ni sami jamfi ehia ye we de camera see de so ama sami jamfi nyanya me na do abrantie do abafre ya efiri mo frase ya ko ma sami jamfi ko aso ba asem won de ba bia de no betwitwiri nipa bia de no betwitwiri no nipa bia de no betwitwiri no enje atemu on de eye ache na mpanifo bi na ese kata asehye proyes ase no mutimi nye enema mutimi na ho eti we de ede o maye no eno ano no me no me adwen e onyame mu
na nechi no akase biem na odu to go chem den okwanfo ba na agrada ne dwumodi evangelist oye osampekeni Patricia Esiedu Esiama ono ne dwuma odi no wa mende amanfo aworegu amanfo krampo no sabi won bema wa ye kodwo to
ba ewo mu eti onye sof bia so edifo a yehu ni difu ba bia wo ye eye fraud no fraud eti eye atemu no me no mu na ya atwene oman pedifo atemu no bu ye no me no mu na ya atwene papa nyame nhira wo mu se o mu so bu atwene prefe 15 years eye me kwa na kama 35 years 35 years kama mna kwa 35
obi be ka se onyanko so fo nya semana
memna kwa 35 years atieko nyati mesi so di body no hwe kama kwa 35 years na mnya judge ntia judge na do aye no awutu kwa Daniel ni kama so matwa kwa se mu 35 years because god amanfo afaso ewo asase we so no ewo Ghana ha se no oba ntimi nya sa ne ma we da oba wotimi nya sa ne ma wotimi fraud ni pa se no mihuru bi kura da if you say be wiase a manya mfihia aduonum miensa 53 years mihuru bi da so ba timi bu be ma ba timi bu be ma na be me kwa no osu no odi awere ho akoda fie obi timi koda fie kra no ebu no ma ba owura bi enam se obu ne be ma kwa timi ansore be na bra na de awuo we na
intinka odi enka
35 years
Abusia ye twa nsam no do 35 years de odem papa na no ye hyedo drosofo ye twa nsam no do na Isaac Ajare ono eye second vice chairman zema NPP amayoku no wo Sunyane West na ono ena mprempe watoto bi edam na Yeru Mahama Ayarega oye edom kase no wona bada no nyi manga na behye badwum fie osanso ye mbehye badwum nyi zema de hye wo boko central batompe hyeto na ono na okasa na ochem dem Yeru Mahama Yarega nsem bi okafa NPP wankana ntum also wankana ntum etwe wonya simple kra enyi na bi obi no de kwan fotum na NPP ye ne dwuma yedi no ye nhwe ye na ade.
He should mind his own business as majority leader no na wakan fa LGBT ho a obechusu vice presidential candidate ama MPP say yemfa oba za na omo set agenda ma ya MPP for ya anye careful omo say MPP for mpe pepe for asem yempe sirim for asem aye kotoma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia okogu ye nim ase poto no he should mind his own business. Bosha NDC for the share MPP for LGBT Hunsensem Galanse Hunsensem as majority leader no known as America say only the crusade say beya omo Bosha omo share Ghana for no omo be do so ye nyi flag bearer kra ni akwa akwadwene running mate na senior OC kan senior dream ma ho no ene chief justice on kan kire jo ma say onya imani nye na adwuma na sabi ubeku pompo nyina wonwe no o ma ne nam ne ba bi a onya ehwe maame ne so ye oba onye beima Ghana nyina no chief justice so position no a key position the three arms of government no chief justice eka ho until whenever the president the vice president the speaker any hobia ni chief justice etim act as president or your oba MPP ya sem onye na sem on concentrate wo in majority leader oye no any a teacher for 8 months yentwi ya omoka no on ka sa ansem no bosha omode share Ghana for say koko omoba ombeto no 70 million no eno sa asem na Ghana for hwehwe se obeka na enye MPP for a yenyanyi ye flag bearer kra na kampese yayi obi a obeboa no so odwen ma ho a omfa ne nansi fom na chief justice enye na dwuma
na yen kwansan from yen fa kase bonin wie wo ho oseteni edem ahafo ano Premier Rural Bank Ora Humphrey ni nako omamboy ono another to go hm there or the scholarship ebama I want what one sika esie e dem sika krabia ho no or the bema one number I want one wonyi bi ehwa one number no wo be scholarship number for no etum ekosua aze
also meaning what they are saying is a scholarship. And I think that now we are arguing that say we need to look at various areas. I was saying even the environment, even the health, even the education. Then in the area of education, we have come in the CSR as what we say. The institute scholarship. How much children of school going age? The needy ones especially. Say at least 5 children every year to be able to go to school from this neighborhood. To institute it from this year. Environment so here so we can speak and so one sustainable development goal. You see Accra Busia Yebebo Kranu, and make sure more adwuma mo we no they are focusing on sustainability. Especially after change bank no call him tell you all the indicators were positive. Trade deposits increase deposits by 120%. Trade investments are increase by 297%. Loans and advances and also colony by about 21%. And then profit before tax. The Ukraine is the game changer.
Nechi krano payini pa oda oye Premier Rural Bank ano ewa afano owura NS dankwa ono so onye ensamtrofo kase
bank Rural Bank community next near Brazil you see corporate social responsibility staff working out with us to say on for them if you can pray for not the customers will ask therefore you only say one in the hospital and I say on special cases corporate social responsibility are there and I said we will meet in us before I school some Loyana I the scholarship the customers they all important to have now we hear someone
enti ebusia nature de aha ena embrono obama mokwan mamade ewiaber ebusia kase akankase ebono mede ebesi amo asada enkoma dim herbal root fashion and deco MB cakes and pastries ahonto AA construction works and afenso Williams pub and one and wobo mechi drop and ewiabere emakase ebono medebe ebebo sumo kasa efri edo mamenka won so there as the nibi so eko ezema akosua adepa afi oye ohima Esther abna papa bi na aberwaba we na obo mechi dom ende ewi abrika sebwe medebe ebesumu okinkenya meje gwatsan dom de bro no izin ye Ejata Kwabena Dodona from Ejata Koko. School time was porcupine. Ebusia aha ena medu ebesi. Memwe ina mo enitim. Sanso mo share adeshi. Makran one.